Welcome to War Bios, the podcast where we delve into the lives of history's most fascinating military leaders. Today, we're going to explore the extraordinary life of Nader Shah, the 18th century Iranian king who left an indelible mark on the world of warfare and empire building. Born in a time of great turmoil, Nader Shah would rise from humble beginnings to become one of the most feared and respected commanders of his era. Nader Shah was born in 1688 in the province of Khorasan in what is now northeastern Iran. His birthplace, the village of Dastgerd, was a small rural settlement nestled in the heart of the Iranian plateau, where the rugged terrain and harsh climate had forged a people as resilient as the land itself. The region was known for its fiercely independent tribes, who had long resisted the authority of successive Persian dynasties. Their nomadic lifestyle and warrior culture honed from centuries of fighting against invaders and rival clans. As we imagine Nader Shah's early life, we're transported to a world of dusty plains, snow-capped mountains, and ancient trade routes, where the sound of clashing steel and the scent of gunpowder filled the air. His family, though not of noble birth, was respected within their community for their bravery and military prowess, their names synonymous with strength and loyalty. Nader's father, Imam Koli, was a herdsman and a warrior who had fought in various campaigns against the Ottoman Empire and other regional powers, his battle scars and stories of valor inspiring a young Nader to follow in his footsteps. This exposure to warfare and tribal politics would have a profound impact on Nader's early development, instilling in him a deep understanding of the importance of martial virtue and strategic thinking. Growing up, Nader Shah was surrounded by the stories of his ancestors, who had fought against the Safavid dynasty, which had ruled Iran since the 16th century. These tales of resistance and rebellion would have shaped Nader's worldview, fostering a sense of discontent with the status quo and a desire to challenge the existing order. The Afshar tribe, to which Nader belonged, was known for its fierce independence and warrior culture, values that would serve him well in his future military campaigns. Theirs was a world of tribal councils, blood feuds, and shifting alliances, where strength, cunning, and loyalty were the currencies that mattered most. As a young boy, Nader would have learned the intricacies of tribal politics, the art of negotiation, and the importance of building relationships with neighboring clans. Nader's childhood was marked by hardship and struggle, his family living a nomadic lifestyle, constantly moving between summer and winter pastures in search of grazing land for their animals. This itinerant existence taught Nader the importance of adaptability, resourcefulness, and leadership, skills that would serve him well in his later years as a commander. He would have learned to navigate by the stars, to read the signs of nature, and to survive in a harsh environment where only the strongest thrived. Despite the challenges he faced, Nader's natural intelligence, courage, and charisma set him apart from his peers, earning him recognition and respect within his community. As he entered his teenage years, he began to take on more responsibilities within his tribe, learning the skills of warfare and leadership from his father and other elder warriors. He was trained in the use of firearms, horsemanship, and hand-to-hand combat, becoming proficient in the martial arts that were characteristic of the region. This early training would lay the foundation for Nader's future military successes, which would be marked by innovative tactics, bold decision-making, and an unwavering commitment to his goals. He would have studied the great military leaders of the past, from Alexander the Great to Genghis Khan, learning from their victories and defeats, and adapting their strategies to the unique challenges of his own time. The historical context of Nader Shah's early years was one of great upheaval and transformation. The Safavid dynasty, which had once been the dominant power in the region, was in decline, weakened by internal conflicts, corruption, and external pressures. The Ottoman Empire, which had long been a rival of the Safavids, was expanding its influence in the region, posing a significant threat to Iranian territorial integrity. This tumultuous environment would provide Nader Shah with opportunities for advancement, as he navigated the complex web of alliances, rivalries, and power struggles that characterized the politics of 18th century Iran. As Nader Shah's reputation grew, so did his ambition, driven by a desire to unify the fractured Iranian territories and challenge the dominance of the Ottoman Empire. The year 1726 marked a pivotal moment in his ascent, as he seized the opportunity to ally himself with Tahmasp II, the Safavid king, who was struggling to maintain control over his kingdom. Nader's military prowess and strategic thinking proved invaluable to Tahmasp, and together they launched a series of successful campaigns against the Ottomans. One notable victory took place on October 13, 1726, when Nader led a daring raid against the Ottoman-held city of Kirkuk in present-day Iraq. With a small force of 1,500 men, he managed to defeat an Ottoman army estimated to be around 10,000 strong, securing a crucial supply of arms and ammunition for his future campaigns. This triumph not only showcased Nader's tactical genius, but also earned him the admiration and respect of Tahmasp II, who began to see him as a potential successor. The battle itself was a testament to Nader's cunning and adaptability. As he approached Kirkuk, he realized that a direct assault on the city would be suicidal given the Ottoman army's numerical superiority. Instead, he opted for a bold flanking maneuver, using the cover of night to lead his troops around the enemy's left flank. At dawn, Nader's forces launched a surprise attack, catching the Ottomans off guard and quickly gaining the upper hand. The Ottoman commander, caught off balance, was unable to respond effectively to Nader's unorthodox tactics, and his army was swiftly defeated. This victory not only demonstrated Nader's military acumen, but also revealed his ability to inspire loyalty and devotion in his troops. As news of the triumph spread, Nader's reputation as a brilliant commander and a just leader grew, attracting the attention of other Iranian nobles and warlords who began to see him as a potential unifier of the fractured kingdom. Nader's rise to power was further solidified in 1729 when he defeated the Abdali Afghans, who had been threatening the eastern borders of Iran. His military campaign against the Afghans was marked by innovative tactics and a deep understanding of the local terrain. Nader's forces employed guerrilla warfare, using hit-and-run attacks to wear down the Afghan army before launching a decisive battle that crushed the enemy's resistance. The victory over the Afghans had significant consequences, as it not only secured Iran's eastern borders, but also opened up new trade routes and opportunities for expansion. Nader's success in this campaign cemented his position as the dominant military leader in Iran, and his popularity among the Iranian people and nobles continued to grow. Despite these tensions, Nader continued to play a crucial role in shaping Iranian politics and military strategy. In 1730, he launched a series of campaigns against the Ottomans, capturing key cities such as Tabriz and Ganja and securing significant trade agreements with the Russian Empire. These victories not only expanded Iranian territory, but also cemented Nader's reputation as a brilliant military commander and a shrewd diplomat. Nader's diplomatic efforts were marked by a keen understanding of the complex web of alliances and rivalries that characterized the region. He skillfully navigated the treacherous waters of international politics, forging alliances with neighboring powers and securing trade agreements that bolstered Iran's economy. His negotiations with the Russian Empire, in particular, were notable for their sophistication and foresight, as he secured significant concessions and trade agreements that helped to stimulate Iranian economic growth. As Nader's power and influence reached new heights, he began to implement a series of reforms aimed at modernizing the Iranian army and administrative systems. He introduced European-style military training, established a new system of taxation, and promoted trade and commerce with neighboring countries. These initiatives helped to stimulate economic growth, strengthen the Iranian state, and lay the foundations for Nader's future ambitions. One of the most significant reforms implemented by Nader was the creation of a modern, centralized army. He introduced European-style drill and discipline, and established a new system of officer training that emphasized meritocracy and competence. This helped to create a more efficient and effective military machine, one that was capable of projecting Iranian power across the region. Nader's vision for Iran was one of a strong, centralized state with a powerful military, a thriving economy, and a rich cultural heritage. As he set about realizing this vision, he faced numerous challenges, from internal power struggles to external threats from rival empires. Nevertheless, his unwavering determination, strategic thinking, and charisma inspired loyalty among his followers and struck fear into the hearts of his enemies. The years that followed would see Nader Shah's empire expand exponentially as he conquered vast swaths of territory, from the Caucasus Mountains to the Indus River. His military campaigns would become the stuff of legend, with victories against the Ottomans, the Mughal Empire, and other rival powers cementing his reputation as one of the greatest conquerors in history. As Nader Shah's empire continued to expand, he faced increasing challenges in maintaining control over his vast territories, a daunting task that would test even the most seasoned and skilled leaders. The constant wars of conquest had taken a toll on his army, with soldiers weary from years of fighting, and the administrative systems he had established were struggling to keep pace with the demands of governing such a large and diverse empire. Despite these challenges, Nader remained determined to leave a lasting legacy, driven by an unyielding ambition that had defined his life and reign. He continued to implement reforms aimed at modernizing Iran's military, economy, and culture, a testament to his vision for a stronger, more prosperous nation. One of Nader's most significant later contributions was his patronage of the arts and architecture, a reflection of his refined taste and appreciation for beauty. He commissioned numerous grand buildings, including mosques, palaces, and mausoleums, which showcased the best of Iranian craftsmanship and design. The stunning tilework, intricate carvings, and majestic domes that adorn these structures are a testament to his love of elegance and sophistication, and many of these buildings still stand today as enduring symbols of his legacy. Nader's later years were also marked by a series of brutal campaigns against his enemies, including the Ottomans and the Mughal Empire. His military victories continued to expand Iranian territory, but at great cost in terms of lives lost and resources expended. The human toll of these wars was staggering, with countless soldiers and civilians killed or displaced, and the economic burden was equally severe, with trade disrupted and infrastructure destroyed. As he grew older, Nader became increasingly isolated and paranoid, surrounding himself with sycophants and yes-men who feared to contradict him. This led to a decline in his judgment and decision-making, which ultimately contributed to his downfall. The once brilliant commander, who had outmaneuvered and outfought his enemies at every turn, now found himself making reckless decisions, driven by a desire for glory and a fear of being overthrown. The circumstances of Nader's death are a stark reminder of the brutal and unforgiving nature of the world he inhabited. In 1747, he was assassinated by a group of conspirators, including some of his own generals and nobles, who had grown tired of his tyrannical rule and feared for their own lives. The assassination took place in his tent, while on campaign against the Afghans, a fittingly dramatic and violent end to a life marked by bloodshed and conquest. As news of his death spread, his empire quickly fragmented into smaller kingdoms and principalities, a testament to the fragile nature of power and the impermanence of even the greatest empires. Despite the tumultuous nature of his life and reign, Nader Shah's legacy has endured for centuries, a tribute to his enduring impact on Iranian history and culture. He is remembered as a brilliant military commander, a shrewd diplomat, and a just ruler who brought stability and prosperity to Iran after years of chaos and turmoil. As the Iranian historian Ahmad Khosravi once observed, Nader Shah was a great king, but he was also a great man, and it is this combination of greatness that has made him immortal in the annals of history. His name is still invoked by politicians and historians as a symbol of national greatness, and his military campaigns and diplomatic efforts continue to shape the borders and alliances of the Middle East. Today, Nader Shah's impact can still be felt in the modern world. The stunning architecture he commissioned remains a source of pride for Iranians, and his legacy continues to influence Iranian politics and culture. His character was marked by contradictions. He was both cruel and compassionate, ruthless and just, but it is this very complexity that makes him so fascinating to study. His story is a testament to the power of human ambition and the enduring legacy of great leaders. As we march towards victory, we would do well to remember the lessons of Nader Shah's life. That true greatness is not just about achieving power, but about using it wisely, that even the most brilliant leaders are flawed and mortal, and that the lasting impact of our actions is what truly defines us. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm General Biography reminding you to keep marching toward victory.